Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be completing the next 2 days in my October daily album. So this is going to be documenting day 15 and day 16. The first being some awesome haunted gingerbread houses we made, and the second is our trip to the corn maze this year. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and jump into these pages to get them done. Once I have everything complete, we'll slow back down. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so the first spread I'm going to work on here today is all about creating haunted gingerbread houses with Izzy. So for this particular spread, the main portion or the main event of the page right here, I already created in one of my prep videos, which I will go ahead and link up at the eye for you. So the page there, you can see how the gate opens. There is a Velcro closure that helps to keep the gate closed when it is all, put back together. And then when you open up the gate, there's actually a music box that plays the Monster Mash when you open up the gate. So it's really super cool. It's an idea that my friend Kasha gave me, and one that I put together in a prep video. So definitely check that out if you want to see more about how to assemble that. The awesome thing about it is that all I needed to do was print my photo out and stick it to the background, and then add the chipboard piece there at the bottom, which I had planned to do all along. So in addition to this larger piece, I also am going to have a 3x4 insert. One side is going to be a journaling card, which is from the Allie Edwards Stories by the Month kit. I believe that one is from the 2019 kit. And then an extra photo of Izzy holding her gingerbread house there in the photo. So every year we do this. I always buy the little gingerbread kits from Target. They're super cheap. I want to say they're like $3 to $5, and they come with all of the cookies already done. All you have to do is snap them apart and then use the frosting that comes in the kit to help hold them together, and add on the little beads and sprinkles that come in the kit as well. So it's an all-in-one type of thing. Super fun to do with the kids, or not with the kids. I enjoy making mine too. Last year, we got one kit and just made it me and her. This year, we each got one. So I got one for her and one for me. And we actually did it together while we were on a crafty Zoom with the Scrappy Sisters Mighty Network. So that's just something that we do on Friday nights. We all get together over on the network on Zoom and just chat about crafting, and it's super fun. So Izzy joined me for the night, and we made these haunted gingerbread houses while we were hanging out. So it was super fun. She loved it, and the best part / worst part is that as we were creating them, she kept sneaking all of the frosting, eating it. So by the time we were done with our crafty chat and our haunted houses were done, I swear that girl probably ate an entire baggie of frosting, which is one, gross, and also made her have a little bit of a hard time going to sleep. So that was fun. But all in all, great experience. We had a great time. So now I'm just going to add my hole punches into this little tip bin, or extra little page there, and then we will put this in the album. So I am working inside of these 4x4 albums, which have, I think that's an inch, it might be 1.5 inches spine, which is not very big. So I'm actually working in 2 of them right now. I had to split my album into 2. I knew that going into October that I was going to have to do this because I really like the dimension and the interactivity of pages like these, and I didn't want to limit myself. So instead, I just got more than one album, and that's just going to be what it's going to be. I forgot that I also needed to add yesterday's, or the previous day's pages onto the back side of this haunted gingerbread page. So since the journaling card does not extend all the way up, it's only 4 inches, not 4.25. I added a little bit of black paper to the top and the bottom of the back side of this. I don't want the card or the chipboard to show through. So I added the black up at the top and the bottom. Then I can go ahead and adhere down this portion, being very careful to remember not to add adhesive all the way at the top. I want to be able to use the pocket that we had pre-created with my journaling there inside it. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything adhered down, make sure the pocket still works the way I want it to, and now this is done here. In addition to the photo here, I also wanted to add a couple of little stickers onto this photo of Izzy just to spruce it up a bit. I considered using some of the older crepe paper, like clear stickers that said, I think the one I picked said like happy haunting or something like that, but I just couldn't get it to fit. So I pulled out my puffy stickers and my other tiny phrase stickers. Those orange ones are ones that I received from a friend, and they are all very fall related. So I set those aside because the next one I'm going to be working on here is all about going to the corn maze, which is perfect for fall sentiments. So I'm going to set that aside to use later. And then for this one, I decided to grab out a ghost puffy sticker and some candy corns, in addition to a speech bubble that just says the word eek. Those are all from Ellie's studio. So now that is going to complete spread 1 for today. So this is all documenting. It's technically day 15, even though it happened today on day 16. But I don't really hold myself to the dates on these things. I just try to tell a certain number of stories. So for October, I'm telling the 31 plus 2, so 33 stories throughout the course of the month. And it's okay if 2 stories happen on one day. I'll just document them on different days. It's no big deal. So the haunted gingerbread houses went on day 15, or story 15, and now story 16 is all about going to the corn maze. You guys, we went to the corn maze today, which we made it there, but I cannot even tell you what an ordeal today was. And I did journal about it there on that large tag that says Boo Crew. What I'm going to do here, before I tell you the story of our day, what I'm going to do is take this Admit One ticket. This is the ticket that you get when you participate in the corn maze. And I keep them every year and add them to my album. So I took the corn maze ticket in addition to in addition to 2 photos that I printed at 3.5 by 3.5 inches. I'm going to adhere the photos back to back and then add a couple of those phrase stickers onto the photos. So this is where it's like picking a pumpkin and fall and love this and, just perfect sentiments for these photos. So I adhere those all together. Then I'm going to take the photos and the ticket stub. I'm going to hole punch it and add some twine at the top. And I'm going to create a pocket that will go in between this page and the next one, just like we did a couple of days ago with the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So that's just going to let me add some extra photos and extra bits and pieces onto this particular story. The photos there are all from being in the corn maze. One of my favorite photos to take every year is Erin walking ahead of me holding the kids' hands. So this year, Izzy stayed in the wagon with me, and Jonah held Erin's hand as they walked through the corn maze. And it's like so stinking cute. I love those pictures. So that one had to be the biggest. I've got a picture of Izzy in the wagon, a picture of me pulling the wagon, and then one of me and Jonah like looking through the lines of the corn maze. So really fun photos. Loved getting outside and spending time with the family. Now let me tell you what an ordeal it was getting there. So we finished up our half day of school, ate some lunch, and then got in one of our cars to drive to the corn maze. On the highway, our car was making like some really weird noises, really weird. So, I'm like on the edge of my seat. What is wrong with this car? And all of a sudden it made like this jerky movement, and then the sound went away, but we couldn't accelerate anymore. So like we could still drive, and I think we could be in gear 2 and be okay, but if we tried to accelerate beyond that, it was not okay. So we turned right around and drove the car all the way back to the mechanic and just dropped it off there, had my mom come and pick us up and take us back home, which then we were going to pick up our second car and take that to the corn maze, since there was no use in just staying home and moping about our one car being broken in some way. And then went to start up our other car, and that car was dead. So then we had to use our car charger to charge the car. And then we almost made the decision to just skip out and go on a walk instead. And then decided, you know what? No, we're not letting this ruin our day. We're still going to go. We're still going to make this happen. And we're still going to have a great time. So we did. We just packed ourselves up and went all the way to the corn maze. Had a great time there. Picked out a pumpkin to carve. Brought that home. And, you know, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. Tomorrow, hopefully, we will find out what is wrong with the car. And hopefully it won't be crazy expensive. I assume it's going to not be cheap, but hopefully it won't be crazy. So I went ahead and adhered down all of those pictures from the corn maze onto the back sides of those tags, trimmed them out, and then repunched the holes and tied them together to add into that little window area. And then right now, all I'm doing is assembling that back pocket. I added my score tape around where I want the photo and tag to go, hole punched it, and then now we can stick it in there just to make sure it's going to work. And it works perfectly. So I'm really glad to have all those photos in there. I'm really glad the day ended up being good, even though, you know, crazy things happen, but that's that. So I'm going to add this into my Volume 2 album, and that's going to do it. All right, friends, that finishes up these two spreads for today. So we've got the haunted gingerbread with the music box behind it, which turned out super cool. And the journaling with an extra photo. And then that ends Volume 1 for 2020. And then we started into Volume 2 here, and we've got the corn maze, right? The corn maze with the tag, flip, and all the photos, and then this little extra bit that pulls out of the top. So that is going to be that for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these pages come together. Again, if you are interested in seeing the prep portion for either of these pages, I do have both of those available here on my channel, and I will link those up at the eye for you. That way you can go and find them. So that is going to be it for me today. I hope you take some inspiration from this and use it either in your October daily or your December daily or whatever stories you are telling this week. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my future crafty videos. I will see you guys again on Monday with the next couple of spreads in this album. Until then, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye now.